Good morning, Moses. Perhaps we'll talk about the stock market in a moment. One of the worst weeks in 2012. I don't know if that's because the year is quietening down or there are other factors at the moment. But let's start with the inflation rate. Inflation at 3.25% in November. This must have been greeted with great interest given the history of the inflation rate over the past few years.
Yes, good morning. The inflation rate that has just come out at 2.7%. That was expected. It was already priced into the market, and industry players had already expected an inflation of well below 3.8%.
So looking at that rate, where is it going from here? Because it's averaged 12%. It reached an all-time high of 31% in May 2008, not that long ago, and a record low of 3.2 in 2010. So what's the feeling on where this is going? And I suppose people, as much as anything, would like it to be predictable, whatever rate it's at.
We do expect a slight upturn in the inflation rate because of the election spending and the liquidity that we do expect in the market in December, January, and the first quarter of Q1 2012. So we do expect a slight upturn in inflation. We do expect it to reach levels of about 5-6%, but we expect the government to come in, the CPK to come in with all the artillery to support or to limit the rise in inflation to levels of about 5%, which is their long-term target.
Well, let's look at the stock market now, described as one of its worst weeks last week in 2012, essentially because foreign investors are less active. Do we have any reason for this?
Okay, usually when we approach the holiday season, foreign investors, institutional investors, both local and foreign, are usually prepared to close their books. So at this moment in time, that's why you're seeing a slowdown in foreign investor participation. I think a slowdown in the general market because most of these participants are closing their books. Most of these participants want to rebalance. To close their books as the year end is approaching.
And let's look now at one of the top shares, the East Africa Breweries, probably the top performer of the last week, done quite well in the past week. Net operating revenues up 23%. Now, for a big company, that's a big jump in revenue.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Once again, we're heading to the Christmas period. We do expect a rise in its revenues because that's when a lot of partying will be happening. And a company like ABL will benefit from this. We've seen that the beer market in all the East African markets, all the three East African countries, is actually really, really ripe, and the EABL, together with subsidiaries, are actually dominant in the two East African markets. So we do expect a rise in the revenues. We do expect a good performance from this stock. That's why we're seeing a very good participation in that counter.
Looking at all the ratios that they've sent out about East Africa Breweries, one that does catch the eye is return on equity, of course, which is the ratio of net income to the total equity holding. Went from 34% to 120%. All the other numbers have gone up like 16 to 18%, that kind of increase. Return on equity up by much more.
Yes, that came as a shock to us as well. That came as a surprise to us, and that's why we believe that we'll see a lot of participation in that counter in today's session as well as tomorrow's session, especially from foreign investors as well. We'll see them start picking up this counter as well.
And then for the worst performer of the week, Mumias Sugar. Now, sugar's an issue and coffee is another area, but what's behind that drop there? They declined 10% on the week.
Mumias Sugar has a lot of problems going forward. The sugar war is really affecting its business. And then we have a government committee which is investigating some land issues that Mumias is involved in. So the committee has actually involved an auditing team, a forensic auditing team that will look into the books of Mumias for the past 5 years for just because of some land issue, some land grabbing issue that they have with one of its competitors. So we've seen this aspect which is dragging down the counter. We're seeing several investors who had invested into the counter. They're now exiting the counter because of this horrible news that's really affecting Mumias Sugar.